What's up, guys? We got Gary Vee in the arena to do a private, exclusive 60-minute Q&A just for the roofing industry. Benny and I are going to tell you how that came about and how you can reserve your seat to this event on July 18th. All right, Benny. So we're pumped about this. We got this coming up in a few weeks, and it's going to be awesome, huh?
One of the things that we talked about when we dreamed up the arena last year and launched in November was like, hey, the speakers list that we're going to be able to get because of our connections, other people that we know, relationships, right? We can bring these people in to speak to our community. And this was the guy that I had number one on my list. And here it is. By the time Gary gets into the arena, we're going to be about 7 months into the arena, and we've already had some amazing guests. We've had Chad Wright, we've had Steve Sims, we've had roofing people like Chuck Toki,
Adam Bensman, the roof strategist. Yeah. So this is now we're just going to, grateful to have Gary. Now we got to dream up who else can we have? We do have a dream kind of list there. So for you guys who are looking to connect with people, in your world, in your industry, manifest this stuff. Make a list of people that you want to connect with, and you might surprise yourself, right?
Joe, does everybody know what the arena is? Do you talk about the arena a lot on the YouTube podcast?
A little bit, but hey, there's a lot of noise out there in today's world. So probably not a lot of people know about it. So we should let people know what it's all about. So
we meet every Wednesday at 2 p.m. It's for any contractor, the home improvement service business. So it's not just for roofing. I know that Joe's Contractor Dynamics Marketing University Platinum program, the one-on-one training support is for roofers only. But if you're a contractor listening to this, you can get into the arena.
So the arena is a group of contracting company owners. We meet every Wednesday. We have different topics. We have hot seats. We solve challenges together. And we've also got a private community, which I'm scrolling through now on my phone. And basically, you guys know, you have a question about anything in your business or even your personal life, because we cover there's a lot of overlap, right? Personal development. We have these questions. Yeah, sure. You can go into the Facebook groups that have thousands of people in there and post your question. You're going to have some knucklehead answers, right? This is a curated group of we have under 50 people in here now, and everyone is hand selected by Benny and I. There's an application process just so we make sure that we keep the level of quality high. My point in this is that, there's every day there's questions in here. I'm just going through, hey, I had a fake Google review posted. That was awesome yesterday. Galen said, I had a fake Google review posted, a 1-star review on our Google profile. He put it in Arena. We all jumped in and we reported the review as fake, and within a couple hours, it was gone.
It wasn't even on there. When I tried to go on there to report it, it wasn't even on there. And then I remember, how about this, Joe? This is a byproduct of the arena. We are starting now to refer roof deals to people that we know in other areas. So I had a friend in Southern Ohio. Galen's business is in Southern Ohio. That friend bought 2 roofs off Galen. Galen did a great job. My friend was happy. So I left a review and let everyone know, hey, I'm a roofing contractor in Pittsburgh. I did not do business with RoofX, but one of my friends in Southern Ohio did. And he was rave reviews about it. Everything was great. And then I remember somebody else had a referral for someone in Philadelphia, and we gave that one to Tommy Clark. So out of Philly. So the benefits of the arena are far exceeding what I ever even thought they could be.
Yeah, because you're getting vetted answers from, not knuckleheads, right? So, we're talking about this morning, there's a question about, hey, I'm doing a roof with 3 layers of shingles. There's something about subcontractor, overtime. I haven't even really caught up on this stuff yet, but
yeah, talking about permits and codes and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, wins. Someone landed a $20,000 job on some rehash campaigns. I'm just checking this out. So man, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's a vetted community. We've got in-person events as well throughout the country that we do throughout the year. We did one in New York City. We did one in Vegas.
Speaking of New York City, you want to tell them how we got the Gary deal done?
Yeah. So we're at an event. This is going back to April 30th in New York City. So Gary Vee's hosting this event. There's 40 people. Benny's got ins with Gary through the NFT community and some other things like that. So we get invited to this event, and on our way there, Benny and I are walking down Manhattan, on one of the avenues, and Benny's like, all right, here's our plan. We're going to get Gary Vee in the arena. And since he's got his new book coming out, obviously we have to go in we can't just go in with the right hook, right? We've got to go jab, 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 then right hook, as Gary talked about in his prequel to Day Trading Intention. And so, every author that's coming out with a new book, they want to promote it naturally. So I'm like, all right, Benny, whatever. Benny's always got, I'm used to Benny. He's got all these visionary ideas. I'm like, great. I mean, not whatever. I was like, all right, cool. Let's see how it goes, right? So Gary walks into the event right away. We get in a conversation with him and Benny pitches him on this idea, and he's like, I'm in. And then Gary's handler was like bringing him over to some other person that he had to like meet and greet real quick, right? Because he's in high demand. So we got the verbal yes, but we didn't talk numbers and details yet, right? So this is on a Monday night, and then Thursday.
Hold on, before we go any further, talk about what kind of event it was. It was called Champagne and Caviar, because I think we're going to leave out a really good point, because the chef, we were at a restaurant called Little Maven, okay, that Gary Vee actually is a partner in. They call it the VCR group, Vayner, Capone, and Rodolitz. Those are his other two partners. Well, Chef Capone was there, and he brought out caviar, like in bulk, like this caviar, and we all put it on our hands, right? And we just lumped a pile of caviar on our hands, and we all stuck our hands in the middle, and Gary was there, the chef was there, I was there, I think you were right behind me, Joe, like recording it, and then we all just did caviar bumps, and we just like licked the caviar right off our own hand, and it was like the coolest thing. I've never done that. I've done a lot of things in my life, people. I've never done a caviar bump before, so if you've never done it, you got to try it. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of how it went, man. And then we had to go to the email world. You want to talk about emailing with the guy from VaynerSpeakers?
So then I shot an email to Gary first thing Thursday morning. And behind the scenes, I crafted the email on a Wednesday afternoon, but I know that from Benny's interactions with him, he kind of checks his email in the morning, right? So I set the email to go out at like 6:29, Thursday morning. And Gary responded to me within a couple of hours. And so our initial offer was to buy 250 books for, an hour in the arena. And he had a really nice reply, Gary. I mean, just getting a reply from him same day within a few hours is a huge win in of itself, right? But he's like, all right, guys, I love you guys. Want to do something for sure. I think we're just a little bit far away in terms of like the number of books, just because, my time is valuable. He said it in a very nice way. And then he copied Zach, right?
Yeah, Zach Nadler. Yep. Long time partner of him. He kind of runs the speaker bureau that they started. The more I learn about like VaynerMedia and then the agency life, how they've done all this stuff, like they have a whole thing called VaynerSpeakers, which is brilliant, right? Because speakers is all part of attention, right? Speaking of attention, the book's right here, Day Trading Intention. Super awesome book. When Zach gets on, because was it Zach or Gary? I think Zach came on because Gary didn't want to talk numbers or math. Zach came on and said, usually Gary's time goes for, was it 75,000 on a Zoom call or 100,000 on a Zoom call for an hour?
75K for an hour Zoom.
I messaged back. I said, Zach, come on, man. It's Benny Fisher and Gary Vee. I said, 75 grand. I said, that's a little steep. I don't know what 250 books cost, but it was like around 6 or 7 grand. The problem with books is like, they're thick, man, and they're heavy. These are like textbooks, right? These are like something that you could like, learn about in your senior year of high school or freshman year of college marketing. I mean, these are great books. They're heavy. And I'm going to have a hard time giving away 250 books. Let alone anything more than that. And so I forget how the rest of it go. I kind of started wheeling and dealing. I think I told him I could come up to 500, right?
Yeah. So Zach, we said it was call with Zach, and it was the following Monday morning. So a Monday after we had basically pitched this to Gary. And Zach's real cool. He's been with Gary 16 years from the beginning. He's like, hey guys, to Benny and Joe, he's like, hey guys, let's put together a great offer that I could bring to Gary today and get you guys an answer by the end of the day. Right. So Zach's like, he's working with us, and he's very, very good at what he does because he's, he wants everyone to win, right? So we upped the deal to 500 books, and Zach's like, all right, let me see what I can do. Sure enough, gets back to us like 7 or 8 o'clock that night. He's like, hey, you guys must have made a great impression on Gary because he wants to do it. I'll give you 35 minutes, and, let's pick a date. So we're like, sweet, we're in. And then Betty's like, man, I really want the hour. I wanted the
hour, Joe. I wanted the hour, man.
So then we phoned a friend. All right. We phoned a friend. We were tapped out in terms of how many books we were willing to buy, even though we love you, Gary. And so Betty phones a friend, Jamie Samide from the VP marketing for Beacon Roofing Supply. like the head VP, the head marketing guy.
Fortune 500 company. Beacon Roofing is a Fortune 500 company, and Gary talks about that this book is not only for the TikTok influencers, the social media people, the people running companies, people like us, roofing contractors or home improvement contractors trying to run nice, honorable businesses and learn about marketing, but also for Fortune 500 executives. And so I was like, you know what? I only know one. That's it. I mean, I'm not that connected. I didn't make it through college. I don't have a lot of connections in the corporate world, especially at that Fortune 500 level. But one guy I do know is Jamie Samide, because we've spoke together on stages at the IRE, the International Roofing Exhibition, multiple years on marketing. And so I called him up. Actually, I texted him, I think, because that's just what we do. We text. So I sent him a quick text. I said, hey, got an opportunity to get Gary Vee into Joe and Benny's little mastermind group that we have. We have a weekly call, yada, yada, yada. I said, he wants us to buy, I guess Gary wants us to buy some more books. I said, can you help us out and buy another 500 books? And he thought about it. It was like, he wanted to know more details. So this is
a good sales lesson here, right?
Yeah, great sales lesson. He's like, well, send me over details. Well, when someone says details, my mind goes into overdrive. I literally laid out what we just told you guys in an email. It was a little long, but I wanted to make sure he had all the details. He wasn't missing any context. I didn't want to undersell or oversell. I wanted to give it straight to him. And he goes, Benny. He replies back and goes, Benny, what did he say? I wish I should pull that email up. He said something to the effect of like, I've already sold, you don't have to sell it. Like, I just need to know, like, I'm like, well, I just want to make sure you had it all, man. So he was in. Well, the long story short, he said, let's do it. Let's make this happen. And so on July 18th, we are going to be hosting this arena call. It's going to be a 2-hour call. We're because we know how contractors are, right? And so we're going to get them in there about 15 minutes early. Get everybody fired up, introduce Beacon, introduce Jamie, introduce Joe, and then Gary's going to come on and we're going to do a Q&A. I'm going to MC it. I'm going to let Joe and Jamie give a couple questions for themselves. And then we're going to take Q&A, live Q&A from the roofing industry. So you won't want to miss it. If you want to sign up below, Joe, is there going to be a link or something that they can sign up with?
I mean, we wouldn't be good marketers if there was no link. Yeah, we're building out all the pages and the assets and all the graphics and everything right now. So yeah, by the time this audio or this video is live, you guys are watching, listening to it, click the link below. I believe the URL is roofingwithgary.com. And that's going to redirect you to the sign up page where you can register for this event. Seats are limited at 1,000. That's our Zoom plan that we have, goes up to 1,000. So I'm not sure if we'll get there, but make sure that you grab your seat. And if you do, please intend to show up. Like, put it in your calendar. Don't screw around, because this is, this is a once in a lifetime. This is a very special event for the roofing industry to bring you guys Gary Vee, to get your questions answered. We're also, because we now have 1,000 of these puppies, we're going to be giving away a lot of them on the actual Q&A on the webinar. Not even a webinar, just the Q&A session. So, make sure you show up for that as well.
What I'd like to do? I don't know how many people watch your YouTube channel, probably a lot, but how about this? For the first, can we do 25 books giveaway? Like the first 25 people that sign up, maybe we can do like a Google form. They can link the Google form, give us their mailing address, give us their name, stuff like that. We'll send you a copy of Day Trading Attention sometime this summer. Won't come out right away because Joe's still got to figure out what he's going to do with all these books at his house. But we're going to get him out there pretty soon. So
yeah, we're going to hire some neighborhood kids, give them some summer jobs, and have them mail some books. There's a pallet, literally a pallet of them in my garage. So
yeah, first 25 people that fill out the Google link. That'll be a separate link other than the webinar link, the Arena link. And if you guys have more questions on the Arena, if you guys want to know how you can get more involved, we have awesome stuff like this all the time. We were going to just limit this just to our members, but then when we asked the members, like, hey, what do you guys want to do? They were the ones that said, you know what, let's give this to the world. And so that's what we're doing.
Yeah. And then, guys, if you want before that, check out the book on Amazon. I mean, dude, it's really remarkable how he goes through and he really goes back and forth between like, hey, these are the things that you should do, whether you're a Fortune 500 company or if you're a small local roofing company, this is what you should do. He might not say roofing specifically, but he uses examples of a lot of local businesses, gyms, things like that. So it's really spectacular. Marketing, guys, has gotten, it's not getting easier, right? But he lays out how we can really be practitioners of the game. And because he is, right? It's not just, I hope it ends up in universities because it's way more valuable than some like dusty old textbook that you're going to buy at some college that is way out of touch,
Well, there is a roofing section. There's a part in there where he says, yeah, and if you're a roofing contractor and you create, some roofing Instagram page, like you should just be putting all content about roofing on this Instagram page separate from your company Instagram, right? Because then you'll be able to draw interest from people and create attention, right? And then link people to your, it was all in there. And I just chuckled when he actually gave the roofing example as an example, because I believe he's got a buddy that grew up in Edison, New Jersey, or somewhere around Edison that owns a roofing company. I think that he knows someone that owns a roofing company. So that's why I think it's always top of mind for him when it comes to examples as far as local businesses.
Oh, nice. I haven't gotten to that section yet. That's awesome. Cool.
Yeah, I skipped around. I don't read it from cover to cover. I just, I skip around the parts that I want to. My favorite word in the book, you probably won't like this because I know you're a big Facebook guy, is TikTokification.
Yeah, that's chapter 1, the TikTokification of social media. It makes a lot of sense. We're actually implementing a lot of that now. So that's what we got, guys. July 18th. I know it's busy season. It's vacation season, but this is something special that we're bringing to you guys. So again, click the link below to sign up. If you do sign up, you're taking a spot. So make sure that you do everything you can to be there. Put it on your calendar. It's going to be a lot of fun. Gary's a lot of fun.
Here's the deal. Guess who gets to ask the questions? Should we tell them who gets to ask the questions?
Yeah.
People that are members of the arena. So if you want to jump into the arena and you want to sign up and maybe get a chance to ask Gary a question live on this call, fill out an application for the arena. Obviously, we still have to go through the vetting process, so not all of you will make it, but we do take the good guys. And we'd love to see you guys on the inside of the arena. Joe probably has a special Nailed It offer, I think, still available for people that watch on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll come up with something. We'll have a coupon code there if you guys want.
Yeah, just say you listen to us on the podcast, and we'll get with a really great deal.
Yeah.
Gotta mention nailed it though. That's the double secret word. Nailed it.
Nailed it. That's what we're going to do it with the with the questions, right? So we're not going to have time for like a million questions, right? We might have time for 15 questions. So basically in the arena, we're going to do like a voting system where you can upvote different questions, so that we're making sure that, we get questions that are applicable to many people. That's the way Gary does it in his Q&As, which Benny and I have been on as well. So it seems like a pretty good way to do it. All right, guys, July 18th, we're looking forward to seeing you there. Beyond this podcast, this YouTube, you guys are going to be probably seeing some social media content, some videos we're making, some graphics. We got some fun stuff coming out. We're having some fun with this, right? You got to have some fun with it. So grateful to Gary. Pick up the book now if you want it now. If you want to wait, then we're going to be giving them away, like I said, down below here and on the actual event day. But yeah, that's what we got, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Benny Fisher, Joe Hughes, as part of Contractor Dynamics and the Arena Mastermind. We'll see you on July 18th.